Played by myself, feeling so emasculated by this very talented female writer, played by Cash. And I was like, when I would tell my guy friends about it, they would get so, like, you could just see them they would just sink into themselves, like, oh, wow, you're making about gender competition. Yeah, that sounds so interesting. I was like, I want to just make this rat-a-tat thing and just have this great acting experience with this legend. This was right before she played Stormfront on The Boys. So I just put some money into this movie. I was like, even if I have to hold the boom, we're gonna make it happen. We do it. Somehow we get Sam and Emily Goddard's attention. Shudder. They champion it. We get into Sundance, and just in advance of getting to Sundance, I'm able to show the really, really rough cut to these producers, and I end up prepping my second film. Where was it then? When we were going to set it, which just doesn't happen. And so it's just you guys really championed it. I'll never forget the day. I was like going to see a movie in Brooklyn with my buddy Brennan, who shot Scare Me, and I'm on the phone with Emily. She's like, yeah, we have a I don't have their accent. I think she's not and she was like, oh yeah, we're really going to champion it. You know, we're going to do events and everything. Kind of like this is down the bar, way sweeter and far. Oh, it's going to be great. And she's just like, oh, you're going to be famous. She was like that. But anyway, we get in and it's incredible. And obviously, COVID hits, but it's become, thank goodness, this cozy seasonal rewatch thanks to the fans and thanks to your guys' love. So thank you for the opportunity.
He's so good.
So but I didn't do what you like. Yeah, threw ahead, and then I made a sandwich, and I made a wish come true. It's incredible. I'm like,
I'll say you're nervous. You're so good at that.
Oh my gosh, come on. Well, I did sketches with this dude. That's what I learned.
What I love about kind of where we're headed right now is this is the stage of two movies that people haven't seen, they don't know much about. So Jermaine, I'm going to ask you to tell people about Night Patrol because I don't know if they're prepared.
Yeah. It's tough. You haven't seen the shit. So like, well, first of all, let me say this. In 2008, I moved to New York and I had a temp job. And my first temp job was working events here at the Javits Center. I was still broke. I didn't pay much. And a friend of mine named Josh, he told me about College Humor. And how College Humor, they had these extra gigs, you know, background work, and they'll pay you $100 a gig. And I was living in a walk-in closet, and that was about rent for me. And so that's where I met Josh. And so it's just, I moved to LA, and since then, you know, he's been doing his own thing, I've done my own thing, and I've been watching your films, like, since, you know, we kind of like, you know, I guess we did our own thing, and I'm just really proud of it. So, Night Patrol comes out in January. It's directed by Ryan Krause. He is a beast, and he's wonderful. I saw his first film, Low Life, 2018 or something like that, maybe 2017, I forget. And I was blown away by what he did with the budget. It's incredible. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. Low Life is fire. And so I hit him up via Twitter. I just told him how much I love the movie, and we've been, you know, friends ever since. Is that a baby in the other? You know Ryan, old baby? That's really sick. Ryan, he's always just generating such good like screenplays, and he sent me Night Patrol years ago, and I was blown away by just the characters and the subject matter, and it's been an uphill battle to get the movie off the ground. And when I heard that RJ and Shudder were, I'm sorry, it's been a journey for that film. When they said they wanted to partner on the film and distribute it, produce it, we were like, yo,
let's go kill it. And so we shot it last summer in Pacoima, California, which was hot and sweaty. And I'll never forget it because our cast was, we had Sam in the film, YG, Justin Long, and Arkin Seiler. It's been, I just can't wait for y'all to see it. It's I'm really bad at describing film. Anytime I do it, I always leave something out. What's the movie about? It's about cops and vampires. It's really good, and I can't wait for y'all to see it next year.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Willa, you're kind of no stranger to Comic-Cons and this world established franchises, but you're stepping into something much scarier, much more exciting. Tell us about working on the Mortuary Assistant.
Well, I don't know how I'm supposed to go up after all of you guys. It's hard. But working on the Mortuary Assistant was a trip. It was definitely my first experience in this horror world, and it is such a world. You guys have so much fun and so much cool stuff to do. I feel like working on this movie was a revolutionary experience for me, and I also have not yet gotten to see it, but I have heard incredible reviews from people who have made it and are cheering.
The best reviewer.
I think it's going to be great. But I really do think it's going to be incredible because the experience that we got to have on set was, I can't really even put it into words, as you can tell. But it is it's something that I think you all are going to enjoy, especially if you are a fan of the franchise, because one of the cool things that we did get to have was kids come in and they were big fans of the game, and they got to walk around and see the sets that were built, which were insane and incredible. And they were pointing out at the lamps and at the drapes, and I did not realize how important those things were. And they matched absolutely perfectly to the video game, so that was really, really cool to see how excited they were. So, yeah, man, I'm just excited to be here and be a part of it.
Usually you kind of revealed us with this incredible story about pulling off this take, and so Greg, it really makes me want to go to you and ask you about maybe what's the most ambitious gore gag you've pulled off, considering limited resources, independent spirit. I want to hear a classic Nicotero story.
Wow. Well, I would probably go back to Evil Dead 2 only because that was a really cheap movie. It was super low budget, and we built the entire set in the gymnasium, the basement floor or the main floor. And there was a scene where when Ash cuts his hand off with the chainsaw, and there was one particular scene. He cuts it off, and then the hand starts running around. And we built the set with a piece of wood that was on a slight angle, and then there was a trough. And my hand was one of the hands that ran around. And I think, again, it was all just we did frame by frame animation of veins growing up. The hand, they would shoot a frame, and then we would draw it, shoot another frame, and we would draw it on there. And then the one thing nobody ever thinks about is you have to there's a hole in the set, and you put your hand through the hole in the set, and then they put the two pieces of wood, so your hand is locked like this. And I'm in the basement, and the blood starts running out of my hand, and I can't feel anything. Bruce Campbell's up there going, "Can you feel that? Can you feel that?" And stepping on my hand. So when you see the shot of the farewell to arms where the bucket goes down with the book on it, that was the shot. But it was all just there were shots where we were putting monofilms on the hands, and funniest things, as directors on this panel will know, is we had all these dummies and all these prosthetic things, and there was, we had a dummy of rotted Linda. And we left for the day, and Sam decided that they wanted to do a shot of dummy, and they broke into the makeup effects room and took the dummy to set. But the dummy had a hairnet on, because we hadn't styled the wig down. So there's a scene where Bruce is looking out the window, and he sees the skeleton dancing in the cemetery, and then all of a sudden, the head pops up, and it has a hairnet on. In the movie. So anyway, that wasn't even, I didn't even answer your question, I just told a funny story.
How angry or upset were you afterwards when you found that they did that?
Well, Sam was always like that. When we did Army of Darkness, he'd be like, how many puppets do you guys have? 10. There's 10 in this shot. And we, okay. But, you know, a lot of times when you deal with directors, as an effects person, your job is give them what they want. Like, one of my favorite stories was I was working on this terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger movie called Eraser.
We all love Eraser! The alligator!
Your luggage.
The funny thing about that is Arnold Schwarzenegger told the story that the alligator's got not even true. That was a lie. One you good, you know. So anyway, the director comes in and he goes, hey, so, we built like 8-foot, 12-foot hydraulic, like alligators, and they were beautiful, and the heads moved, and chomped, but they couldn't walk because they weighed 400 pounds. We had them on little, like, dollies, and so director comes in, first shot. So I want the alligator to walk from there to there. Okay, and he turns and walks away. I'm like, how the fuck are we going to do that? So I literally ran around the stage, and I went to one of the guys, and I'm like, hey, we need like one of those creeper dollies that mechanics use to slide underneath cars. And the set was filled with about 18 inches of water. So I said, put the alligator on the creeper dolly, put a piece of wire on it. When they say action, whoever's puppeteering the legs, move the legs as fast as you can, and then pull it, and it looks like it's walking. So within a half an hour, we're like, okay, we're ready for the alligator, and we just did it, and the visual effects guys, it was Steve Williams and Mark DePay, and their next job was Spawn. And they called us and they went, we've never seen anything like that, where you didn't tell the director, you didn't ask for that, it doesn't do that, screw you. They just appreciated that we're like, give me a minute, we'll figure it out. And that's how we got the gig to do Spawn, was just like, coming, so that's what was low budget.
Spawn, he's out there, and we can't do it.
Please, I would like to.
Spawn was like the golden age of soundtracks.
Spawn?
Yeah, that beginning.
Bride of Chucky. On Scream 3.
Willa. Tell us a little bit about working with the bodies on the visuals.
Oh my
A lot of
gosh.
corpses, a lot of flesh.
They were insane. I got to shout out to Norman in the set because it was such a trip. The first cadaver that I saw, they had it split open with like guts oozing out of it. I had to like put the intestines like back in the inside of the heart. But they had a real person laying there, fully body painted, and then they had the guy like on his stomach. And I was playing a game with myself, trying to tell what part was his real skin and what was part of the gag. And I actually lost 9 out of 10 times. No joke. And I was really trying. Like by the third time, I was like, okay, this is not fair. It has to be, and it was still wrong. So I cannot tell you how impressed
about werewolves within makeup, Hard Eyes Gore.
Let's see. So werewolves was the first time I worked with a creature designer. His name was Constantine Sakaris.
Wait, it is interesting that you made a movie with us, zero blood, zero gore, and then the second you went away.
Don't give anything away. There is a climax. It's scary. Check it out. Mildly violent. Yes. So I mean, first time working with creature designers. This guy Constantine. I don't remember his accent, but allow me to entertain you. I think we met at like the Culver Hotel. And he was like, "Yeah, I love that it's going to be a monster." And he just walks me through without giving anything away. There is a creature in the film, and I got to see like 3D renders for the first time, which is really cool, and how it actually worked on the performer, which was rad. So that was fun. The tricky thing was that he was not the same person as the prosthetics, I believe, maker or applier. The applier is awesome. Louis Harrigan? He does everything for SNL. He's like a total master, but the pieces ended up looking a little cute. When they were flying, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be really scary. All right, we'll just dim the lights a little bit. So in retrospect, whatever. But it was really exciting to see, and we had wire work in that film. We got to work with Tony Vincent. Tony Vincent Jr. is an incredible stunt performer or stunt coordinator, and I don't want to give anything away for those who haven't seen it. But anyway, it was pretty awesome. Our performer was incredible. So that piece of it was just like a ride in and of its own. But Hard Eyes was rad. I got to work with Tony Gardner, who's worked on everything from Darkman and Chuck Russell's The Blob to, oh my gosh, my favorite, to
Army of Darkness.
And Army of Darkness and Chucky, and it was just so rad. And so we got to like make real busts of these, an actor gets a timer under the mouth, no big deal. And we got to combine, augment, actual prosthetics with digital effects. So we would augment this, this bust with his eyes like moving back and forth as he's like choking on a tire iron. You should check out Hard Eyes. It's now on Netflix. And resources was saying about head. It's no joke. We had a decapitated head in our movie. Not to give anything away. You should check it out. And it is heavy. And we dropped it on the ground, and the thud it makes is like, I guess that's what it'd be like.
The trick. Okay, here's the trick.
Please.
When you make a fake head, if you drop it and it bounces and it looks rubber, then it doesn't look real.
Right.
So what we did was you fill them with sand. So when they hit, they don't roll, but then they weigh 700 pounds.
So you want to put a weight on one side of the head, you want it to hit a certain way and fall, right?
That never works because it's still in theory.
Try.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we would do like if you're doing a shower, like you have the bowl and you bowl the head, it's gotta land a certain way.
That's exactly what I tried to do.
Yeah. 21 takes later.
We did not have that.
I do have to shout out Steph on our makeup team in New Zealand, who's very sweet, soft-spoken, special effects expert, who just got this very sort of soft-spoken accent, but he would say these things like, that's not what a body would look like when it bleeds out. That's not what the muscles are sort of looking at. And if the head did get cut off, that's not what it would look like. I was like, what are you doing in that? we all did that impression.
Jermaine, any experiences with blood?
I tried on my movie, so yeah. The Blackening. I thought it was fun in that movie, man. I didn't think, so we did the table read for the movie, and I didn't bring the Clifton character to the table read. I did it like this, and I get to the set, and I'm talking, and then the director said, we can use it. All right, and we just kind of found spaces where I could, just get my Clifton on. But that film, there was arrow, like kind of arrows in the film that we had to use and shoot. Some were VFX, and some were like practical. And the way they the blood mixture they use. Because I learned that like Tarantino uses a special type of like blood, like, I don't
Different colors.
Different
Like,
colors.
Quentin likes the 70s blood that's like paint.
Right, that's
Like
like, so,
it's like really.
yeah, opaque, like in the Swift jacket. I learned how, like, what cheap blood looks like and what good ass, like, movie blood looks like. And I look at the good ass movie blood, this looks like real blood. And it really helps with the performance of it when you're not second thinking it just looks dumb, you know, and it looked awesome. That was probably one of my favorite. And Sting, they had a spider movie, a creature feature where, is that baby again? The so I had a face slash by this giant spider, and the blood would always, you know, get in my eye. But again, like, you're not even thinking about that when you're in the moment. Those are probably the most memorable, like, prosthetic moments I've had on screen that I can think of right now. Yeah.
Willa, Jermaine, Josh, you've all led horror films. Josh, you led Ruben also for Shudder. Thank you very much. I'm curious to ask you three what your favorite horror performances are.
Wow. I don't know, like, There Will Be Blood has such a horrific performance to it that I have to put it in that category. And when I watch from beginning to the fucking end of that movie, dude, it's an amazing performance, dude. And I get so inspired when I watch that movie. I watch it almost every month, just like I mean, all of that performance. It's just really rooted and that's up there. But for like I guess a traditional horror movie, Halloween, Castle's performance in Halloween is his Michael Myers underappreciated. Like I think the way he depicts that Michael Myers is just I can't look away. I'm astounded by his physicality in it. Those two come to mind.
Wasn't he like a dancer?
Well, it's crazy because like I read that John Carpenter was he based Michael Myers on this creepy encounter he had with a guy in his window and he was playing like how to go see with his siblings or something like that. And he always remembered that face, that face, you know, and I always thought about when you write something, like look at weapons, like you look at Kreger writes from like, you can tell he writes from like a fear, you know, and I think that's important when you write from poor, like what's your biggest fear? It doesn't matter if anyone relates to it, what they will, you know, because we're all human beings, but write from what you know. And I look at Barbarian and I'm like, that must do it. And, you know, weapons, you know. The best part about weapons is that you end with like, oh, usually like, dude, so like, because usually the grown-ups will get like the last lap. Nah, the kids did. It's going to us. It's amazing. And it's earned. You earn it. As funny as it is, it's still earned. That's why anyway, I can talk about things out those things. But what was the question? What's that? It's a Japanese scene.
Willa, your favorite horror performance?
Oh gosh. I mean, guys, I feel like my only qualification for being here is that I do know who the phone is. Anyway, we were talking about this movie earlier, and so I feel like I do need to shout it out. I feel like 7. Just like every 7 hours is so good. Like, whether it's qualified as a horror or not, that movie is so uncomfortable. And like it touches home with something for everybody because of all of the things. So, you know, it's hard to watch in the most entertainingly painful way possible. And I don't know if that made any sense, but I hope it did.
What's the box?
What is in what is in everybody else's box? Think about what would be in your box.
What's in your box? Find out at Shudder.com. Oh, go ahead. want to say an obvious one for me, just because I sync up the internet with my love of Darkman. Like, I think Liam Neeson's role as Darkman is so. But there are two performances. I'll never forget the moment when I saw, really, when comedians play, you can't pin a comedic actor down, and you see there was like an era where Robin Williams played 3 dark characters. It was Death to Smoochie being amazing. It was 1 Hour Photo, Mark Covington, or was it Mark Covington?
Mark Roman.
Mark Roman.
Patch Adams.
Evil ass. This is downfire.
That's so funny.
But 1 Hour Photo and Insomnia, watch them. My comedic hero, like, was talk about cleaning the body after he killed it and then beating the shit out of Al Pacino. I was just like, my mind was melting. I was like, that's cool. You can't pin him down. And John Leguizamo does it too. He played the clown. I mean, I love watching comedic actors play dark. So you should all check out Wounded Fawn at shudder.com. Good try.
I love Greg Nicotero's way in.
Oh, our favorite actor performances. And for, I would have to probably go to The Shining. Because I've never seen a woman's performance quite like her in that film. And I know that she was pushed to a point of like breaking as an actor, which is something we, as a filmmaker, you don't really want to do to an actor. But her performance is so authentic and raw and incredibly beautiful. Shelley Duvall, who's unfortunately no longer with us. I think that's probably one of the best female performances in horror I've seen. I believed every moment of it. I think that's for me. If I can believe them, then they're great.
And I have one because that just reminded me. Possession.
Yeah.
Yes. Both performances. I mean, I don't think you could choose between those two, Shelley and hers, and they both were driven kind of insane after that.
Yep.
Absolutely.
David Allen Greer and Tales from the Hood. That story's the worst. I did that one too.
Great resume. It's ridiculous.
That's why I said, how can we follow?
I felt his hands all over the net.
Also, Tales from the Hood is on Shudder right now. And I watch every day. 30 years old this year, unreal movie.
I would say Pippin from Jaws.
Ah.
I actually have 2. I would say Anthony Perkins from Psycho. And I would say Tony Collette.
Yes! Woo!
So bad.
100%.
So those would be my 2.
I'm just going to say one title that scared Jessica to death. If you've never seen it. Unreal week before.
I saw it on TV. When it was on TV, like in the 70s.
Best thing performance, best wallpaper in a movie. We've got a couple more things to hit, but we're gonna close it out before we get to audience Q&A with a real rapid fire thing. You know, one of the things that we're privileged to do at Shudder is curate. I want to know everyone's go-to Halloween movie to share with the audience.
Can I do a double feature?
Yeah, of course.
Pumpkinhead and Ernest Scared Stupid. Killer clowns and outer space masks. I mean, love it.
Halloween. You have to, because it's Halloween.
We suggested this to the audience?
Yeah.
Oh.
For me, the last couple of years has been When Evil Lurks.
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
I wasn't on Halloween, was it 2 years ago
Yeah.
that it was on? And I
fucking
Damien's
dog.
movies, and then I watched Terrified, which is his first movie, unbelievable. So that, I watch that every year on Halloween.
That is crazy.
I've watched that movie so many damn times, man.
So good.
It's perfect, dude.
Yeah.
When Evil Lurks, Danger, it's a man, movie's
It's
great.
so mean.
Yeah.
I love a movie can be mean.
I don't know if I can do it. Can I get through it?
You guys have seen that movie, right?
If you haven't seen it, the rules of that movie are just played so well to a T. It's done so well. I've never seen a possession movie like that before, ever in my life. Skin in the Ring. I have not finished it because it's too damn scary. So tell me how it is. It's really the scary, like the atmosphere of that movie. I watched it alone in a hotel once, and that you shouldn't do that. Don't do that. It was the sound design. It just really like it spooked me, man. Like I couldn't finish it. I had to pause it, and I went back to it. It's that scary to me, man. But I think that's a testament to how well done it is. And I think if movies just don't stop at the blood and the score, like it's you're building a whole. It's all a dance, like you know what I'm saying. Like everybody has to do the keys and keys. That particular movie, everyone was thinking an amazing job.
Why do I feel like when you go home today, you'll turn on and it'll be right in that spot where you got
Don't say that.
I think for me, I think it's a tie. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Candyman, Tony Todd. I got to watch that for the first time since I was like 10, and I was like, oh my god, it just gets in your blood. It just gets under your skin. It's just like,
So we are going to do some